Hi there, it's retired filmmaker George Lucas. This is the 4th Star Wars movie that I completed, and I hope you like it. It's called A New Hope. We worked really hard to make it fun. It's about you know what it's about. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, Dynasty darlings. That's right. Thank you so much for coming out this evening for this reading of Star Wars A New Hope, MACLUNKEY Treasure Island. That's right. My name is Dax. I'll be your technical navigator for this show, kind of like in Star Tours, where the little guy is driving next to you, and it's actually Paul Rubens, you come to find out. Wasn't that neat? I'm not Paul Rubens, but I did put in a disco ball, so that's pretty exciting. Thank you so much. Well, just like the rest of civilization, we have a few rules. There's no talking or heckling during the show. If you want to take pictures, turn off that flash. If you want to take short videos, keep it low key, or better yet, make mind memories with your mind. Give it up for mind memories, everybody. They're the best kind you can make, and we're going to make some right now. So make some noise for your illustrious narrators.
Oh my goodness. So fast.
Was not expecting it to be that fast.
Hello.
Here we are.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Patrick Hotner.
I'm Pete the Retailer.
I'm Alex Robinson.
Welcome to MACLUNKEY Treasure Island, a live reading of Star Wars from 1977. Can we bump the lights really quick? Thank you so much.
There we
We've
go.
done, now this is our 5th one of these. Can we have everyone stand up really quick? I want 100% participation here. Okay, so now here's what we're gonna do. Sit down if you've never been to one of these before.
Wow.
This is just purely, I just want to know.
That's awesome. I mean,
Okay.
welcome.
Now sit down if you've been to one of these before. We see where this is going. Sit down if you've been to 2 of these before. Sit down if you've been to 3 of these before. Sit down if this is your 4th one. Who has been to all 5 of them, including San Francisco? I'm including San Francisco here. So we have 2 people.
That's right. Ralph and Steve.
Ralph and Stevie have been to all 5 of these. Now, this is an auspicious occasion.
Welcome to the 5 Timers Club.
Thank you so much, Ralph and Stevie. Congratulations. Thank God you 2 were the only 2.
I know. I didn't make any more.
Because we genuinely weren't sure, and we were like, we think it's them, but not 100% sure. So this is it's going to be very fun. It's a live reading of the script of the original Star Wars movie.
We started with the revised 4th draft, and then we realized it's missing a lot of the stuff that's fun about Star Wars that we love. So it's a hybrid version.
Yep.
So it's got some lines that you know, some lines that you don't.
Yep.
And nothing too weird. Well,
No.
everything weird.
It's a little
Everything's weird.
A little weird. Are we ready to get started? Should we just get going?
So, Alex?
All right, here we go. Chris Anthony Tan and Andrew Smith, everybody.
You good to go? Okay. The Maestro has asked that the audience join in the 20th Century Fox fanfare. Maestro?
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, it's Star Wars!
Just Star Wars.
It is a period of civil war. Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil Galactic Empire.
During the battle, rebel spies managed to steal secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star, an armored space station with enough power to destroy an entire planet.
Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, Princess Leia races home aboard her starship, custodian of the stolen plans that can save her people and restore freedom to the galaxy.
The awesome yellow planet of Tatooine emerges from a total eclipse. A tiny silver spacecraft races into view, followed by a giant Imperial starship. Hundreds of deadly laser bolts streak from the Imperial warship, causing the main solar fin of the ship, Rebel craft, to disintegrate. The smoldering ship is quickly overtaken by the Imperial craft. An explosion rocks the ship as two robots, R2-D2 and C-3PO, struggle to make their way through the shaking, bouncing passageway.
Did you hear that? They've shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure. This is madness. There's no escape for the princess this time.
On Tatooine, a death-white wasteland stretches from horizon to horizon. The tremendous heat of two huge twin suns settle on a lone figure, Luke Skywalker. A farm boy with heroic aspirations who looks much younger than his 20 years. His shaggy hair and baggy tunic give him an air of a simple but lovable lad with a prize-winning smile. He adjusts several valves on the large, battered moisture evaporator, aided by a beat-up tread robot with 6 claw arms. A bright sparkle in the morning sky catches Luke's eye, and he instinctively grabs for a pair of electro binoculars from his utility belt. He stands transfixed for a moment, studying the heavens, then dashes towards his dented, crudely repaired land speeder.
On the starship, the awesome 7-foot-tall Dark Lord of the Sith makes his way into the planet. This is Darth Vader, right hand of the Emperor. His face is obscured by his flowing black robes and grotesque breath mask, which stands out next to the fascist white armored suits of the Imperial stormtroopers. Everyone instinctively backs away from the imposing warrior, and a deathly quiet sweeps through the rebel troops. Several of the rebel troops break and run in a frenzied panic. 3PO stands in a smoky hallway, somewhat bewildered. R2 is nowhere in sight.
R2? R2-D2, where are you?
A familiar clanking sound attracts C-3PO's attention, and he spots little R2 at the end of the hallway in a smoke-filled alcove. Kneeling in front of R2, a beautiful young girl, surreal and out of place, almost a dream half hidden in the smoke. Finishes adjusting something on his computer face and then watches as the little robot joins his companion. 3PO takes only momentary notice of the girl, and then she is gone.
At last! Where have you been? They're heading this direction. What are we gonna do? We'll be sent to the spice mines of Kessel or smashed into who knows what. Wait, where are you going?
R2 scoots past his bronze friend and races down the sub-hallway. 3PO chases after him.
R2? Where are you going? R2?
The evil Darth Vader stands among the broken and twisted bodies of his foes. He grabs a wounded rebel officer by the neck and holds him high above the ground. An Imperial officer rushes up to the Dark Lord.
The Death Star plans are not in the main computer.
Where are those transmissions you intercepted? What have you done with those plans?
We intercepted no transmission. This is a consular ship. We're on a diplomatic mission.
Is this a consular ship? Where's the ambassador?
The rebel refuses to speak, but eventually cries out as the Dark Lord begins to squeeze the officer's throat, creating a gruesome snapping and choking until the soldier goes limp. Vader tosses the dead soldier against the wall and turns to his troops.
Commander! Tear this ship apart until you found those plans. And bring me the ambassador. I want her alive.
The lovely young girl huddles in a small alcove as the stormtroopers search through the ship. She is Princess Leia Organa, a member of the Alderaan Senate. One of the troopers spots her and radios to the others.
There's one set for stun.
Leia steps from her hiding place and blasts 2 stormtroopers with her laser pistol. She starts to run, but is felled by a paralyzing ray. The troopers inspect her inert body.
She'll be all right. Report to Lord Vader.
As the stormtroopers scurry into the sub-hallways, R2 stops for the small hatch of an emergency life pod. He snaps the seal on the main latch and a red warning light begins to flash. The stubby Astro robot works his way into the cramped four-man pod.
Hey, you're not permitted in there. It's restricted. You'll be deactivated for sure. Don't call me a mindless philosopher, you overweight glob of grease. Now come on before somebody sees you. A secret mission? What plans? What are you talking about? I'm not getting in there. I'm going to regret this.
A new explosion, this time very close, sends dust and debris through the narrow sub-hallway. Flames lick at 3PO, and after a flurry of electronic swearing from R2, the lanky robot jumps into the life pod. The safety door snaps shut, and with the thunder of exploding latches, the tiny life pod ejects from the disabled starfighter.
There goes another one. Hold your fire. There are no life forms. Must have short-circuited. Don't waste your power.
R2 and 3PO look out at the receding Imperial starship. Stars circle as the pod rotates through the galaxy.
That's funny. The damage doesn't look as bad out here. Are you sure this thing is safe?
Anchorhead. Heat waves radiate from the dozen or so bleached white buildings. Luke pilots his land speeder through an old dusty streets of the tiny settlement. An old woman runs to get out of the way of the speeding vehicle, shaking her fist as Luke flies past.
I've told you kids to slow down.
Luke pulls up behind a low concrete service station that is all but covered by the shifting desert sands. He bursts into the power station, waking the fixer, a rugged mechanic, and Cammy, a sexy disheveled girl who has been asleep on his lap. They grumble as he races through the office, yelling wildly.
Hey, did I hear a young noise blast through here?
It was just a wormy on another rampage.
Luke bounces into the small room behind the offices where Deke and Wendy, two tough boys about the same age as Luke, are playing with a computer pool-like game with Biggs, a burly, handsome boy a few years older than the rest. His flashy city attire is a sharp contrast to the loose-fitting tunics of the farm boys. A robot repairs some equipment in the background.
Shape it up, you guys. Biggs? I didn't know you were back. When did you get in?
Yeah, just now I wanted to surprise you, Hotshot. I thought you'd be here. Certainly didn't expect you to be out working.
The academy didn't change you much, but you're back so soon. Hey, what happened? Didn't you get your commission?
Of course I got it. I signed aboard the Rand Ecliptic last week. First mate, Big Starlighter at your service. I just came back to say goodbye to all of you unfortunate landlocked simpletons.
I almost forgot. There's a battle going on right here in our system. Come and look.
Not again. Forget it.
The group stumbles out into the stifling desert sun. Cammy and the fixer complain and are forced to shield their eyes. Luke has his binoculars out, scanning the heavens.
There they are.
Yeah, that's no battle, Hotshot. They're just sitting there, probably a freighter tanker refueling.
There was a lot of firing earlier. Hey, easy with those.
Don't worry about it, Wormy.
I keep telling you, the rebellion is a long way away from here. I doubt if the Empire could even fight to keep this system. Believe me, Luke, this planet is a big hunk of nothing.
Luke agrees, although it's obvious he isn't sure why. The group stumbles back into the power station, grumbling about Luke's ineptitude.
Princess Leia is led down a low-ceilinged hallway by a squad of armored stormtroopers. Her hands are bound and she is brutally shoved when she is unable to keep up with the briskly marching troops. They stop in the smoking hallway as Darth Vader emerges from the shadows. The sinister Dark Lord stares hard at the frail young senator, but she doesn't move.
Lord Vader, I should have known. Only you could be so bold. The Imperial Senate will not sit still for this. When they hear you've attacked a diplomatic...
Don't you play games with me, Your Highness. You weren't on any mercy mission this time. You passed directly through a restricted system. Several transmissions were beamed to the ship by spies who are now, unfortunately, dead. Now, I want to know what happened to the data they sent you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
You're part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Holding her is dangerous. If word of this gets out, it could generate sympathy for the rebellion in the Senate.
We've traced the rebel spies to her now, and she's my only link to discovering the location of the secret base.
She'll die before she tells you anything.
Yeah, well, you leave that to me. Send a distress signal. Inform the Senate that all aboard were killed.
Lord Vader.
Yeah. What is it?
The battle station plans are not aboard this ship, and no transmissions were made. An escape pod was jettisoned during the fighting, but no life forms were aboard.
She must have hidden the plans in the escape pod. You send a detachment down to retrieve them. See to it personally, Commander. There'll be no one to stop us this time.
Yes, sir.
Jundland, or No Man's Land, where the rugged desert mesas meet the foreboding Dune Sea. The two helpless astro-robots kick up clouds of dust as they leave the lifepod and clumsily work their way across the desert coastline.
Oh, how did I get into this mess? We seem to have been made to suffer. It's our lot in life.
Ooh.
I've got to rest before I fully fall apart. My joints are almost frozen. Mm-hmm. What a desolate place this is. Where do you think you're going? Well, I'm not going that way. It's too rocky. This way is way easier. What makes you think there are any settlements that way? Okay, don't get technical with me. I've had just about enough with you. Go that way. Go on. You'll be malfunctioning within a day, you nearsighted scrap pile. And don't let me catch you following me, begging for help, because you won't get it.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Wow. 3PO, hot and tired, struggles up over the ridge of a dune past the bleached bones of a dinosaur-like beast, only to find more dunes, which seem to go on for endless miles. He looks back in the direction of the now distant rock mesas.
You little malfunctioning twerp. This is all your fault. You tricked me into going this way. But you'll do no better.
His plight seems hopeless. When a glint of reflected light in the distance reveals an object moving towards him, the bronze android waves frantically and yells at the approaching transport.
Wait, what's that? A transport! I'm safe! Over here! Help! Please help!
Luke and Biggs are walking and drinking a malt brew. The Fixer and the others can be heard working inside.
So I cut off my power. I shut down the afterburners. I came in low on Deke's trail. I was so close, I thought I was going to fry my instruments. But as it was, I busted up the Skyhopper pretty bad. Uncle Owen was pretty upset. Grounds me for the rest of the season. You should have been there. It was fantastic.
You ought to take it easy, Luke. You may be the hottest bush pilot this side of Mos Eisley, but those little Skyhoppers are dangerous. Keep it up one day and whammo! You're gonna be nothing more than a dark spot on the downside of a canyon wall.
Look who's talking. Now that you've been around those giant starships, you're beginning to sound like my uncle. You've gotten soft in the city.
I missed you, kid.
Things haven't been the same since you left, Biggs. It's been so quiet.
Luke, I didn't come back just to say goodbye. I shouldn't tell you this, but you're the only one I can trust. And if I don't come back, I want somebody to know.
What are you talking about?
I made some friends at the Academy. When our frigate goes to one of those central systems, we're going to jump ship and join the Alliance.
Join the rebellion? Are you kidding? How?
Quiet down, will you? You got a mouth bigger than that crater.
Sorry. I'm quiet. Listen how quiet I am. You can barely hear me.
My friend has a friend on Bestine who might help us make contact.
You're crazy. You could wander around forever trying to find them.
I know it's a long shot, but if I don't find them, I'll do what I can on my own. It's what we always talked about, Luke. I'm not gonna wait for the Empire to draft me into service. The rebellion is spreading, and I want to be on the right side, the side I believe in.
And I'm stuck here.
No, well, I thought you were going to the academy next year. You'll get your chance to get off this rock.
Not likely. I had to cancel my application. There's been a lot of unrest among the Sand People since you left. They've even raided the outskirts of Anchorhead.
Well, your uncle could hold off a whole colony of Sand People with one blaster.
I know, but he's got enough evaporators going to make the place pay off. He needs me for just one more season. I can't leave him now.
Well, I feel for you, Luke. You're gonna have to learn what seems to be important from what really is important. What good is all your uncle's work if it's taken over by the Empire? You know they're starting to nationalize commerce in the central system. It won't be long before your uncle is merely a tenant slaving for the greater glory of the Elon Empire.
No. It couldn't happen here. You said it yourself. The Empire won't bother with this rock.
Things always change.
I wish I was going. You gonna be around long?
Nah, I'm leaving in the morning.
Then I guess I won't see you.
Maybe someday. No, keep a lookout.
Well, I'll be at the Academy next season. And after then, who knows? I won't be drafted into the Imperial Starfleet, that's for sure. Take care of yourself. You'll always be the best friend I've got.
So long, Luke.
The gargantuan rock formations are shrouded in a strange, foreboding mist, and the ominous sounds of unearthly creatures fill the air. R2 moves cautiously through the creepy rock canyon. In the distance, a small dark figure darts into the shadows. The unsuspecting robot waddles along the rugged trail until suddenly, out of nowhere, a powerful magnetic ray shoots out of the rocks and engulfs him in an eerie glow. He manages one short electronic squeak before he topples over onto his back. Out of the rocks... Out of the rocks scurry a few Jawas. No taller than R2. They carry R2 out of the canyon to a huge tank-like vehicle, the size of a 4-story house. They weld a small disc on the side of him, and they put him under a large tube on the side of the vehicle, and then the little robot is sucked into the giant machine. Inside, R2 finds himself in a wide room with a dozen or so robots of various shapes and sizes. A voice of recognition calls out to him from the gloom.
R2? D2? It is you! It is you!
A battered 3PO scrambles up to R2 and embraces him.
Eventually, the trembling and bouncing of the sandcrawler stops, creating quite a commotion among the mechanical men.
Wake up! Wake up! We've stopped! We're doomed! You think they'll melt us down?
The Jawas mutter gibberish as they busily line up their battered captives, including R2 and 3PO, in front of the enormous sandcrawler, which is parked beside a small homestead consisting of 3 large holes in the ground surrounded by several tall moisture evaporators and 1 small adobe blockhouse. A farmer carefully inspects each of the robots, closely followed by his slump-shouldered nephew, Luke Skywalker. A voice calls out from one of the huge holes that form the homestead.
Luke, tell Owen that if he gets a translator, to be sure it speaks Bachi.
Yeah, looks like we don't have much of a choice, but I'll remind him.
Owen picks out a small astro robot similar to R2, and it waddles along behind the group. This limping farmer stops in front of 3PO and studies him carefully.
I suppose you're programmed for etiquette and protocol.
Protocol? Why, it's my... Protocol is my primary function. I am well versed in the customs.
Yeah, well, I don't have any need for a protocol droid.
Of course you haven't, sir. Not in an environment such as this. That is why I've been programmed.
And what I really need is a droid who understands the binary language of moisture vaporators.
Oh, vaporators. Sir, My first job was programming binary load lifters. Very similar to your vaporators in most respects.
Can you speak Bachi?
Of course I can, sir. It's like a second language.
All right, shut up!
Shutting up, sir.
Luke, take these two over to the garage, will you? I want them cleaned up before dinner.
Con! I was gonna go to Taji Station and pick up some power converters!
You're gonna waste time with your friends, the power converters, when your chores are done. Now, come on, get to it!
All right, come on. And the red one, come on. Well, come on, red, let's go.
As the Jawas start to lead the 3 remaining robots back into the Sandcrawler, R2 lets out a pathetic little beep and starts after his old friend 3PO, but it's restrained by a slimy Jawa who zaps him with a control box. Luke and the 2 robots start for the garage when a plate pops off the head of the red R2 unit, throwing parts all over the ground.
Uncle Owen, this R2 unit has a bad motivator, look.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Look how bad it is. It's really bad.
Never seen a motivator that bad.
It's really bad.
Hey, you two. What are you trying to push on us?
Excuse me, sir, but that R2 unit is in prime condition. A real bargain.
Uncle Owen. What about that one?
And what about the blue one? We'll take that one.
I'm quite sure you'll be very pleased with that one, sir. He really is a first-class condition. I've worked with him before. Here he comes.
Okay, let's go.
Now, don't you forget this. Why I should stick my neck out for you is quite beyond my capacity.
The garage is cluttered and worn, but a friendly, peaceful atmosphere permeates the low gray chamber. In the center of the room, 3PO lowers himself into a large tub filled with warm oil.
Thank the maker. This oil bath is going to feel so good. I've got such a bad case of dust contamination, I can barely move.
It just isn't fair. Biggs is right. I'll never get out of here.
I beg your pardon, sir, but is there anything I might do to help?
Yeah, well, not unless you can alter time, speed up the harvest, or teleport me off this rock.
I don't think so, sir. I'm only a droid. I'm not very knowledgeable about such things. Not on this planet, anyway. As a matter of fact, sir, I'm not sure what planet we're on.
Well, if there's a bright center to this universe, you're on the planet that's farthest from it.
I see, sir.
You can call me Luke.
Yes, Sir Luke.
No, just Luke.
Oh, I see. I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2.
Hello? Got a lot of carbon scoring here. It looks like you boys have seen some action.
Sometimes I'm amazed we're in as good a shape as we are, what with the rebellion and all.
You know what the rebellion against the Empire?
That's how we came to be in your service, if you take my meaning.
Have you been in many battles?
Several, I think. There's not much to tell. I'm not much more than an interpreter and not very good at telling stories. Not at making them interesting, anyways.
Luke struggles to remove a small metal fragment from R2's neck joint.
Well, my little friend, you got something jammed in here real good. Were you on a Star Cruiser or a...
Fragment breaks loose with a snap, sending Luke tumbling head over heels. He sits up and sees a small 3D hologram of Leia Organa, the rebel senator, being projected from the face of the little R2. Luke's mouth hangs open in awe.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
What's this?
What is what? He asked you a question. What is that?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
He says it's nothing, sir. Merely a malfunction. Old data. Pay it no mind.
Who is she? She's beautiful.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
All right.
I'm afraid I'm not quite sure, sir.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're
Yeah.
my only hope.
I heard you.
I think she's a passenger on our last voyage.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Some important, I
You're my
believe.
only hope.
Our captain.
Is there any more to this recording?
Behave yourself, R2. You're going to get us into trouble.
You're my only hope.
Wait, shh, shh, shh. I want to hear the lady again.
It's all right. He's our master now. You can trust him.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Shut up, robot! Wow. Can you rewind to the thing she did with her hand again? Wow.
I hate to interrupt. He says this is the property of Obi-Wan Kenobi, a resident of these parts. And it is a private message for him, sir. I don't know what he's talking about. Our last master was Captain Antilles. But with all that we've been through, I'm afraid he's become a bit eccentric.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wonder if it means old Ben Kenobi.
I'm begging your pardon, sir, but do you know him?
Well, I don't know anyone named Obi-Wan, but old Ben lives out beyond the Dune Sea. Sort of a strange old hermit with a name very much like Obi-Wan. Uncle Owen says he's a sorcerer. He comes around here once in a while to trade things. I've hardly ever talked to him, though. My uncle usually runs him off. But he doesn't have any droid. At least I don't think he does. But I wonder who she is. She must be important. Sounds to me like she's in trouble. Maybe the message is important. Maybe I should hear the rest of it and watch it all by myself. Maybe I'll watch it by myself. And you guys will go and I'll just watch it in the dark.
He says the restraining bolt has short-circuited his recording system. He suggests that if you remove the restraining bolt, he might be able to repeat the entire recording.
What?
All of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess you're too small to run away if I take this off. So wonder what she's sending a message to old Ben for.
Luke takes the wedged bar and pops off the restraining bolt off R2's side. The princess immediately disappears.
Whoa, wait, no! Put the... Where'd she go? Make her come back! Play back the whole thing! Play back the entire message!
What message? The one that you just played for us. The one you're carrying inside your rusty innards. I'm sorry, sir, but he appears to have picked up a slight flutter. Perhaps,
Luke, I hope you're not being weird out there. Come to dinner.
Oh, I'm coming, Emperor! Okay, well, just see what you can do with him. I will be right back.
You better consider playing him that recording.
Ooh.
No, I don't think he likes you at all. No, I don't like you either.
In the kitchen, Luke Zamperu, a warm, motherly woman, fills a pitcher with blue milk from a refrigerator container in the well-used kitchen. She puts the pitcher on a tray with some bowls of food and starts for the dining area.
You know, I think that R2 unit we bought might have been stolen.
What makes you think that?
Well, I stumbled on this. Stumbled on a recording while I was cleaning him, and the droid claims to be the property of someone called Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought he might have meant old Ben. You know what I mean? Obi-Wan, old Ben. Do you know what he's talking about? I just wonder if he's related to old Ben.
That wizard's just a crazy old man. Tomorrow, I want you to take that R2 unit into Anchorhead and have its memory erased. That'll be the end of it. It belongs to us now.
But, what if this Obi-Wan comes looking for him? So then I shouldn't erase any of the stuff on him.
Hey, Walt. I don't think he exists anymore. He died about the same time as your father. They're both dead.
He knew my father?
I told you to forget it. Your only concern is to prepare the new droids for tomorrow. In the morning, I want them on the South Ridge working on those condensers.
Yes, sir. You know, I think those droids are going to work out fine. In fact, I was also thinking about our agreement.
Oh, Christ.
But, well, about me staying on another season. I mean, if those droids work out, I was thinking maybe I would transmit my application to the Academy this year.
You mean the next semester? Before the harvest?
Yeah, there's more than enough droids.
Harvest is when I need you the most! It's only one season more. This year we'll make enough on the harvest, so I'll be able to hire some more hands, and then you can go to the Academy next year. You must understand I need you here, Luke.
It's a whole nother year!
Look, there's only one more season.
Yeah, that's what you said when Biggs and Tank left.
Oh.
Where are you going? Your uncle's drunk. Come back.
Well, it looks like I'm going nowhere. I have to finish cleaning those droids.
Owen, we can't keep the boy here forever. Most of his friends are gone. It means so much to him.
I'll make it up to him next year. I promise.
Luke's not just a father, Owen. I'ma say it. He's got too much of his daddy in him. I said it.
That's what I'm afraid of.
The giant twin suns of Tatooine slowly disappear behind the distant dune range. Luke stands, watching them for a few moments. Then Luke reluctantly enters the domed entrance to the homestead. He enters the garage to discover the robot's nowhere in sight. He takes a small control box from his utility belt and activates it, which creates a low hum. 3PO pops up from behind the Skyhopper spaceship, letting out a short yell.
Ah! Whoa. What are you hiding back there for?
It wasn't my fault, sir. Please don't deactivate me. I told him not to go, but he's faulty. He's malfunctioning. Kept babbling on about his mission.
Oh, no!
Luke rushes out of the small domed entry to the homestead and scans the landscape with his electro binoculars.
That R2 unit has always been a problem. These astro droids are getting too much for me. Even I can understand their logic at times.
Oh, he's nowhere in sight. Blast it! How could I be so stupid? Uncle Owen is going to kill me.
Begging your pardon, sir, but can't we go after him?
Not at night.
I didn't know that.
Okay, I'll tell you everything. It's too dangerous with all the sand people around.
Okay.
We'll have to wait until morning.
Luke! Luke! I'm shutting the power down!
All right, I'll be there in a few minutes. Boy, am I going to get it. That little droid is going to cause me a lot of trouble.
Oh. He excels at that, sir.
Morning slowly creeps into the sparse but sparkling oasis of the open courtyard. The idyll is broken by the yelling of Uncle Owen, his voice echoing throughout the homestead.
Luke! Luke! Have you seen Luke this morning?
He said he had some things to do before he started today, so he left early.
Did he take the new droids with him?
I think so.
Well, he better have those condensing units on the South Ridge repaired by midday, or there'll be hell to pay!
Rock and sand of the desert floor are a blur as 3PO pilots the sleek land speeder gracefully across the vast wasteland.
Old Ben Kenobi lives out in this direction somewhere, but I don't see how that R2 unit could have come this far. We must have missed him. Uncle Owen isn't going to take this very well.
Sir, would it help if you told him it was my fault?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I mean, he needs you. Probably only deactivate you for a day or so.
Deactivate? Well, on the other hand, if you hadn't removed the restraining bolt...
Wait. There's something dead on the scanner. It looks like our droid hit the accelerator.
From high on a rock mesa, the tiny land speeder can be seen gliding across the desert floor. Suddenly, in the foreground, two weather-beaten sand people shrouded in their grimy desert cloaks peer over the edge of the rock. One of the marginally human creatures raises a long, ominous laser rifle and points it at the speeder, but the second creature grabs the gun before it can be fired. The Sand People, or Tusken Raiders, as they're sometimes called, speak in a coarse, barbaric language as they get into an animated argument. The second Tusken seems to get in the final word, and the nomads scurry over the rocky terrain.
The speeder is parked on the floor of a massive canyon. Luke, with his long laser rifle slung over his shoulder, stands before little R2.
Just where do you think you're going?
Master Luke is your rightful owner. We'll have no more of this Obi-Wan Kenobi gibberish. And don't talk to me of your mission. You're fortunate he doesn't blast you into a million pieces right here.
Well, come on. It's getting late. I only hope we can get back before Uncle Owen really blows up.
If you don't mind me saying so, sir, I think you should deactivate this little fugitive until you've gotten him back to your workshop.
Nah. He's not going to try anything.
What is it? What's wrong with him now? Sir, he says there's several creatures approaching from the southeast.
Sand people, or worse. I've never been out this far before. The wild things out here are said to be weird and savage.
Luke carefully makes his way to the top of a rock ridge and scans the canyon with his electro-binoculars.
There are two banthas down there, but I don't see any... Wait a second. Oh, there's sand people, all right. I see one of them.
Suddenly, something huge moves in front of his field of view. Before Luke or 3PO can react, a large, gruesome Tusken Raider looms over them. 3PO is startled and backs away, right off the side of the cliff. The towering creature brings down his curved, double-pointed Gandarifi, the dreaded axe blade that struck terror in the hearts of the local settlers. But Luke manages to block this blow with his laser rifle, which is smashed to pieces. The sinister Raider stands over him with his weapon raised and lets out a horrible, shrieking laugh.
A little while later, the vicious sand people walk past carrying the inert Luke Skywalker. They ransack the speeder, throwing parts and supplies in all directions. Suddenly, they stop. A great howling moan is heard, echoing throughout the canyon, which sends them fleeing in terror. R2 moves even tighter into the shadows as the slight swishing sound that frightened off the sand people grows even closer, until a shabby old desert rat of a man appears and leans over Luke. Ben Kenobi squints his eyes as he scrutinizes the unconscious farm boy. R2 makes a slight sound and Ben turns and looks right at him.
Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid. Don't worry. You'll be all right.
What happened?
Rest easy, son. We've had a busy day. You're fortunate you're still in one piece.
Ben? Ben Kenobi, am I glad to see you?
The Judeland wastes are not to be traveled lightly. Tell me, young Luke, what brings you out this far?
Well, this little droid. I think he's searching for his former master. Never seen such devotion in a droid before. Seems to be no stopping him. He claims to be the property of someone called Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is he a relative of yours? Do you know who he's talking about?
Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. Most curious.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Because it sounds a lot like old Ben. and the same last name. I mean, it's a common last name, but... Anyway, I think my uncle knew him. He said he was dead.
Oh, he's not dead. Not yet.
Oh, you know him?
Well, of course I do. He's me.
What?
I haven't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since before you were born.
Wow. It's good. It's good. Then this droid does belong to you.
Can't seem to remember ever owning a droid. Most interesting. Most interesting. I think it's best we get inside. The Sand People are easily startled, but they'll soon return in greater numbers.
Ooh.
3PO!
Luke and Ben stand over a very dented and tangled 3PO lying half buried in the sand. One of his arms is broken off. Luke tries to revive the inert robot by shaking him, and then flips a hidden switch on his back several times until finally the mechanical man's system turns on.
Where am I? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I must have taken a bad step.
Can you stand? We've got to get out of here before the Sand People return.
I don't think I can make it. Go on, Mr. Luke. It doesn't make sense for you to risk yourself on my account. I'm done for.
No, you're not. What kind of talk is that?
Quickly, son. They're on the move.
Save yourself.
You're fine.
Obi-Wan's small Spartan hovel is cluttered with desert junk, but still manages to radiate an air of time-worn comfort and security. Luke is in one corner repairing 3PO's arm as old Ben, sits thinking.
It's right there. No. My father didn't fight in the wars. He was a navigator on a spice freighter.
That's what your uncle told you. He didn't hold with your father's ideals. But we should have stayed here and not gotten involved.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yes, I was once a Jedi Knight, just the same as your father.
Wish I'd known him.
He was the best star pilot in the galaxy, and a cunning warrior. I understand that you've become quite a good pilot yourself.
Well,
and he was also a good friend, which reminds me.
Yeah, right there.
Ben gets up and goes to a chest where he rummages around. As Luke finishes repairing 3PO and starts to fit the restraining bolt back on, 3PO looks at him nervously. Luke thinks about the bolt for a moment and then puts it on the table instead.
I've got something here for you. Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough, but your uncle wouldn't allow it. He feared you might follow old Obi-Wan on some damn fool idealistic crusade, just like your father did.
Sir, if you'll not be needing me, I'll just close down for a while.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
So, where is it? Is there a light?
Obi-Wan's got it.
Obi-Wan's got it? Oh, he's got it.
Old Ben has it. Sorry.
Old Ben. Get it mixed up all the time. What is it?
That is your father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or as random as a blaster. An elegant weapon for a more civilized time. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
How did my father die?
A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. He betrayed and murdered your father. Now the Jedi are all but extinct. Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
Well, the Force is what gives a Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together. Now, let's see if we can figure out what you are, my little friend, and where you come from.
I saw part of the message. He was...
I seem to have found it.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
General Kenobi, years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now he begs you to help him in his struggle against the Empire. I regret that I am unable to present my father's request to you in person, but my ship has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid my mission to bring you to Alderaan has failed. I have placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit. My father will know how to retrieve it. You must see this droid safely delivered to him on Alderaan. This is our most desperate hour.
This is the good part. This is the good part.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh my God.
You're my only hope.
Holy shit, right? Wow.
There's a little static and the transmission is cut short. Old Ben leans back and scratches his head. He silently puffs on a tarnished chrome water pipe. Luke has stars in his eyes.
Right, that's what it's called.
You must learn the ways of the Force if you're to come with me to Alderaan.
Alderaan? I'm not going to Alderaan. I gotta go home. It's late. I'm in for it as it is.
I need your help, Luke. She needs your help.
Oh.
I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
Well, I can't get involved. I got work to do. It's not that I like the Empire. I hate it. But there's nothing I can do about it right now. It's such a long way from here.
Ah, that's your uncle talking.
Oh, God, my uncle. Oh. How am I ever going to explain this?
You must learn about the Force, Luke.
Look, I can take you as far as Anchorhead. You can get a transport there to Mos Eisley or wherever you're going.
Well, you must do what you feel is right, of course.
8 Imperial senators and generals sit around a black conference table.
I tell you, he's gone too far. This Sith Lord sent by the Emperor will be our undoing. Until this battle station is fully operational, we will be vulnerable. The Rebel Alliance is too well equipped. They're more dangerous than you realize.
Dangerous to your Starfleet, Commander. Not to this battle station. The rebellion will continue only as long as those cowards have a sanctuary.
I think the construction of this station has more to do with Governor Tarkin's bid for recognition than any prudent military strategy. The rebellion will continue to gain support in the Imperial Senate as long as
The Imperial Senate. will no longer be of any concern to us. I have just received word that the Emperor has dissolved the Council permanently. The last remnants of the old Republic have finally been swept away.
Impossible! How will the Empire maintain control without the bureaucracy?
The regional governors now have direct control over the territory. Fear will keep the local systems in line. Fear of this battle station.
And what of the rebellion? If the rebels have obtained a complete technical readout of this battle station in the movie Rogue One, it is possible, however unlikely, that they might find a weakness and exploit it.
The technical data that you're referring to will soon be back in our hands, eh?
Any attack made against this station by the rebels would be a useless gesture. No matter what technical data they've obtained, this station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways, Lord Vader. Your sad devotion to that ancient religion.
Hey, careful, man, careful.
No. I'm gonna say this. Has not helped you conjure up those stolen data tapes or given you clairvoyance enough to find the rebels hidden for... Ow!
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Enough of this. Vader, release him.
As you wish.
Push! This bickering is pointless. Now, Lord Vader will provide us with the location of the rebel fortress by the time this station is operational. We will then crush this rebellion with one swift stroke.
As the Emperor wills it, so it shall be.
Luke's speeder stops before what remains of the huge Jawa sandcrawler. Luke and Ben walk among the smoldering rubble and scattered bodies.
Well, looks like the sand people did it all right. There's bantha tracks and part of those gaffy sticks, but we never heard of them hitting something this big.
They didn't, but we were meant to think they did. Look at these tracks. Whoever left here rode side by side. Sand people always ride in single file to hide their numbers. Look at these blast points. Sand people are not this accurate. Only Imperial stormtroopers are this precise.
These are the same Jawas who sold us R2 and 3PO. Why would Imperial troops be slaughtering Jawas? If they tracked the robots to the Jawas, they may have learned who they sold them to, and that would lead them back home.
Wait, Luke, it's too dangerous.
Luke races off, leaving Ben and the two robots alone with the burning sandcrawler. The speeder roars up to the burning homestead. Luke jumps out and runs to the smoking holes that were once his home. Debris is scattered everywhere, and it looks as if a great battle has taken place. Luke stumbles around in a daze, looking for his aunt and uncle. Suddenly, he comes upon their smoldering remains.
No!
On the Death Star, two stormtroopers open an electronic cell door and allow several Imperial guards to enter. Princess Leia's face is filled with defiance, which slowly gives way to fear as a giant black torture robot enters, followed by Darth Vader.
Now, Your Highness, we will discuss the location of the hidden rebel base.
The door slides shut, the long cell block hallway appears peaceful. The muffled sounds of the rebel princess are barely heard.
There's a large bonfire of dead Jawas blazing in front of the sandcrawler. As Ben and the robots finish burning the dead, Luke drives up in the speeder and Ben walks over to him.
There's nothing you could have done, Luke. Had you been there, you'd have been killed too, and the droids would be in the hands of the Empire.
I want to come with you to Alderaan. There's nothing for me now. I want to learn the ways of the Force. I want to become a Jedi like my father.
The speeder zooms across the desert wasteland and stops on a bluff overlooking the spaceport at Mos Eisley. Luke adjusts his goggles and walks to the edge of the craggy bluff where Ben is standing.
Mos Eisley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Entering Mos Eisley, the speeder is stopped on a crowded street by several combat-hardened stormtroopers who look over the two robots.
How long have you had these droids?
God, these droids? Like 3, 4, longer, 5, 8, 10 seasons.
They're up for sale if you want them.
Did you come from the south?
No! North! Yeah, no, or west!
Yeah, let me see
We live near Beston.
Okay, let me see some identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
He can go about his business.
You can go about his business.
Move along.
Move along.
Oh my God. I don't understand how we got past those troops. I thought we were dead.
The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded. You'll find it a powerful ally.
Wow. Do you really think we're going to find a pilot here that'll take us to Alderaan?
Well, most of the best freighter pilots can be found here. Only watch your step. This place can be a little rough.
I'm ready for anything.
The young adventurer and his 2 mechanical servants follow Ben Kenobi into the smoke-filled cantina. The murky, moldy den is filled with a startling array of weird and exotic alien creatures and monsters, laughing at the long metallic bar. Ben moves to an empty spot at the bar near a group of repulsive but human scum. A huge, rough-looking bartender stops Luke and the robots.
Yo! We don't serve their kind in here.
What?
Your droids? Yeah, they're gonna have to wait outside. We don't want them here.
All right, listen, why don't you wait up in the speeder? We don't want any trouble.
I heartily agree with you, sir.
Ben is standing next to Chewbacca, an 8-foot-tall, savage-looking creature. Resembling a huge gray bush baby monkey with fierce baboon-like fangs. His large yellow eyes dominate a fur-colored face and soften his otherwise awesome appearance. Over his matted, furry body, he wears 2 chrome bandoliers, a flak jacket painted in bizarre camouflage pattern, brown cloth shorts, and little else. He is a 200-year-old Wookiee and a sight to behold. Luke is terrified, but tries not to show it. He quietly sips his drink, looking over the crowd for a more sympathetic ear, or whatever, when a large, multiple-eyed creature gives him a rough shove.
This hideous freak is obviously drunk. Luke tries to ignore the creature and turns back to his drink. But a short, grubby human and an even smaller rodent-like beast join the belligerent monstrosity.
He doesn't like you.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't like you either. You must watch yourself. We're wanted men. I have a death sentence on 12 systems.
Okay, I'll be careful then.
You'll be dead.
This little one isn't worth the effort. Come, let us buy you something.
A powerful blow from the unpleasant creature sends the young would-be Jedi sailing across the room, crashing through tables, and breaking a large jug filled with a foul-looking liquid. With a blood-curdling shriek, the monster draws a wicked chrome laser pistol from his belt and levels it at old Ben. The bartender panics.
No blasters! No blasters!
With astounding agility, old Ben's laser sword sparks to life in a flash, and an arm lies on the floor. The rodent is cut in 2, and the giant multiple-eyed creature lies double, cut from chin to groin. Ben carefully and precisely turns off his laser sword and replaces it on his utility belt. The entire fight has lasted only a matter of seconds. Cantina goes back to normal, although Ben is given a respectable amount of room at the bar.
Chewbacca here is a first mate on a ship that might suit our needs.
Luke is still giddy and downs a fresh drink as he follows Ben and Chewbacca to a booth where Han Solo is sitting. He is a tough James Dean-style star pilot, about 30 years old, a mercenary in a starship, simple, sentimental, and cocksure of himself. A lovely young alien girl has her arms around him, but the young space rogue sends her bouncing on her way as the group approaches.
You're pretty handy with that saber, old man. Not often one sees this kind of swordplay on this side of the galaxy. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo, captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie tells me you're looking for a passage to Alderaan system.
Yes, indeed. If it's a fast ship.
Fast ship? You never heard of the Millennium Falcon? Huh?
Should I have?
It's a ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, but I've outrun Imperial starships, not local bulk cruisers, mind you. These are the big...
Try it. Just try it.
Go for it.
Yeah, I know it.
All right.
These are the big core...
Yeah?
Say it with me now.
1, 2, 3. Corellian.
Let's go. These are the big Corellian ships I'm talking about. Think she's fast enough for you, old man? What's your cargo?
Only passengers. Myself, the boy, and 2 droids. With no questions asked.
What is it? Some kind of local trouble?
Let's just say we'd like to avoid any Imperial entanglements.
Well, that's the real trick, isn't it? And it's going to cost you something extra. 10,000. All in advance.
10,000? We could almost buy our own ship for that.
Who's gonna fly it, kid? You?
You bet I could. I'm not such a bad pilot myself. We don't have to sit here and listen to this.
We haven't got that much with us. But we can pay you 2,000 now, and then another 15 when we reach Alderaan.
Oh. 17, huh? Okay. You guys got yourself a ship.
Hey, drives a super hard bargain.
All right, kid, enough out of you.
Sorry.
We'll leave as soon as you're ready. Docking Bay 94.
94.
Yeah, I just said that. Okay. Looks like someone's taking an interest in your handiwork. Watch out.
Ben and Luke turn around to see 4 Imperial stormtroopers looking at the dead bodies and asking the bartender some questions. The bartender points to the booth. The stormtroopers look over at it, but Luke and Ben are gone.
If the speed of Solo's ship is as fast as he's boasting, we should do well.
But it'll be expensive.
I'm afraid you'll have to sell your speeder.
Oh, that's okay. I am never coming back to this planet again.
17,000! Those guys must really be desperate. This could, yeah, come here. My man. Yeah, buddy. Love ya. These guys could really save my neck. Get back to the ship and get her ready.
Una buta solo. Going somewhere solo?
Yes, Greedo. As a matter of fact, I was just going to see your boss. Tell Jabba that I got his money.
It's too late. You should have paid him when you had the chance. Jabba's put a price on your head so large that every bounty hunter in the galaxy will be looking for you. I'm lucky I found you first.
Yeah, but this time I got the money.
If you give it to me, I might forget I found you.
I don't have it with me. Tell Jabba.
Jabba's through with you. He has no time for smugglers who drop their shipments at the first sight of an Imperial cruiser.
Even I get boarded sometimes. Do you think I had a choice?
You can tell that to Jabba. He might only take your ship.
Over my dead body.
That's the idea.
All right. Jesus.
I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Yes, I'll bet you have.
Suddenly, the slimy alien disappears in a blinding flash of light. Han pulls his smoking gun from beneath the table as the other patrons look on in bemused amazement.
Hey. Sorry for the mess.
Meanwhile, on the Death Star.
Her resistance to the mind probe is considerable. It'll be some time before we can extract any information from her.
The final checkout is complete. All systems are operational. What course shall we set?
Perhaps she would respond to an alternative form of persuasion.
What do you mean?
I think it is time we demonstrate the full power of this station. Send your course for Princess Leia's home planet of Alderaan.
With pleasure.
I'm gonna leave.
4 heavily armed stormtroopers move menacingly along a slum alleyway. One of the troopers checks a tightly locked door and moves on. The door slides open a crack and 3PO peeks out. R2 is barely visible in the background.
I would have rather gone with Master Luke than stay here with you. I don't know what all the trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your fault.
Boo!
You watch your language.
Jabba the Hutt and a half-dozen grizzly pirates and purple aliens
Come out so long.
I've been waiting for you, Jabba.
I expected you would be.
I'm not the type to run.
Han, my boy, my sweet baby boy. There were times when you disappoint me. Why haven't you paid me, Han? Why did you have to fry poor Greedo like that? And after all we've been through together.
You sent Greedo to blast me.
What? You're the best smuggler in the business. You're too valuable to fry. It was only relaying concern at your delays. He wasn't gonna blast you, baby.
All right, call me baby?
Yeah, baby.
I think he thought he was. Next time, don't send one of those twerps. If you got something to say, come see me yourself.
I'm too big to move.
What?
Baby.
Stop calling me baby. I hate it when you call me baby.
If only you hadn't had to dump that shipment of spice. Is this Dune? You understand? you understand? I just can't make an exception. Where would I be if every pilot who smuggled for me dumped their shipment at the first sign of an Imperial starship, baby? It's not good for business.
You know, even I get bored sometimes, Jabba. I had no choice. But I got a charter now and I can pay you back. Plus, a little extra, baby. I just need some more time. Why are you coming closer to me? Fuck.
Listen, Han, my sweet baby boy. My sweet baby boy. My sweet boy. I'm only doing this because you're the best and I need you and you're my sister's son. So for an extra, say, I don't know, 20%, I'll give you a little more time. But this is it, okay? If you disappoint me again, I'll put a price on your head so large, you won't be able to go near a civilized system for the rest of your life.
Jabba, I'll pay you because it's my pleasure. Yeah.
Give me a kiss.
All right.
Chewbacca leads the group into the giant dirt pit that is Docking Bay 94. Resting in the middle of the huge hole is a large, round, beat-up, pieced-together hunk of junk that could only loosely be called a starship.
What a piece of junk.
She'll make 0.5 beyond the speed of light, okay? She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid. I've added some special modifications myself. Now, we're a little rushed, so if you'll hurry aboard, we'll get out of here.
Hello, sir.
They humiliated me. Stop that shit.
Han Solo looks up and sees the Imperial stormtroopers rushing into the docking bay. Several of the troopers fire at him as he ducks into the spaceship.
Chewie, get us out of here.
Oh, my. I'd forgotten how much I hate space travel.
The half-dozen stormtroopers at a checkpoint near the general hear the general alarm and look to the sky as the huge starship rises above the dingy slum dwellings and quickly disappears into the morning sky. Han climbs into the pilot's chair next to Chewbacca, who chatters away as he points to something on the radar scope.
It looks like an Imperial cruiser. Our passengers must be hotter than I thought. Try to hold it off. Angle the deflectors until I can make the calculations for the jump to light speed. Stay sharp! We've got 2 more coming in. They're gonna try to cut us off.
Well, why didn't you outrun them? I thought you said this thing was fast.
Watch your mouth, kid, or you'll find yourself floating home, all right? We'll be safe enough once we've made the jump to hyperspace. Plus, I know a few maneuvers. We'll lose them.
The ship shudders as an explosion flashes outside the window.
Here's where the fun begins. Woo!
How long before you can make the jump to light speed?
It'll take a few moments to get the coordinates from the Navi computer, all right?
Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
Traveling through hyperspace isn't like dusting crops, boy.
The fuck is your problem?
Without calculations, we could pass right through a star or bounce to near a supernova, or bounce too near a supernova.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Near a supernova! Near a supernova!
And that would end our trip real quick, wouldn't it?
The ship is now constantly battered with laser fire as a red warning light begins to flash.
What's that flashing? Ow! Oh, right. I forgot. Oh, sorry. What's that flashing? Ow!
We're losing our deflector shield. Go strap yourselves in. I'm gonna make the jump to light speed.
The galaxy brightens and they move faster, almost as if crashing a barrier. Stars become streaks as the pirate ship makes the jump to hyperspace.
On the Death Star, Governor Tarkin stands before the huge wall screen displaying a small green planet. Vader enters with Leia and 2 stormtroopers.
Governor Tarkin, I should have expected to find you holding Vader's leash. I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board.
Charming. To the last. You don't know how hard I found it signing the order to terminate your life.
I'm surprised you had the courage to take the responsibility yourself.
Princess Leia, before your execution, I would like you to be my guest at a ceremony that will make this battle station operational. No star system will dare oppose the Emperor now.
The more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
Not after we demonstrate the power of this station. In a way, you have determined the choice of the planet that will be destroyed first. Since you are reluctant to provide us with the location of the rebel base, I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Alderaan.
No! Alderaan is peaceful. We have no weapons. You can't.
You would prefer another target, a military target, and name the system. I grow tired of asking this, so it will be the last time. Where is the rebel base?
Tatooine. They're on Tatooine.
There, you see, Lord Vader, she can be reasonable.
I see.
Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
You're far too trusting. Tatooine is too remote to make an effective demonstration, but don't worry. We will deal with your rebel friends soon enough.
No!
A button is pressed, which switches on a panel of lights. A huge beam of light emanates from within the cone-shaped area and converges into a single laser beam out toward Alderaan. The small green planet is blown into space dust.
And you call yourselves humans.
Meanwhile, on the Falcon, Ben watches Luke practice the lightsaber with a small seeker robot. He suddenly turns away and sits down. He falters, seems almost faint.
Whoa. You all right? What is it? What's wrong?
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. I fear something terrible has happened.
Well, you can forget your troubles with these Imperial slugs. I told you I'd outrun them. Don't everybody thank me at once. Anyway, we should be at Alderaan in 0200 hours.
Chewbacca and the 2 robots sit around a lighted table covered with many small hologram figures. Chewbacca seems very pleased with himself as he rests his lanky, fur-covered arms over his head.
He made a fair move. Screaming about it can't help you.
Let him have it. It's not wise to upset a Wookiee.
But, sir, no one worries about upsetting a droid.
That's because a droid doesn't rip people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees have been known to do that.
I see your point. I suggest a new strategy are to let the Wookiee win.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
You mean that it controls your actions?
Partially. But it also obeys your commands.
Suspended at eye level, about 10 feet in front of Luke, a chrome baseball covered with antennas hovers slowly in a wide arc. It slowly moves behind the boy, then makes another quick lunge, this time hitting Luke in the leg, causing him to tumble over. Han lets loose with a burst of laughter.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
You don't believe in the Force, do you?
Kid, I've flown from one side of this galaxy to the other, all right? I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe there's an all-powerful force controlling everything. There's no mystical energy field that controls my destiny. It's all a lot of simple tricks and nonsense.
Oh.
I suggest you try it again, Luke. This time, let go your conscious self and act on your instincts.
But with the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
The ball shoots straight up in the air, then drops like a rock. Luke swings his laser sword around, blindly missing the Seeker, which fires off a laser bolt, which hits Luke square on the seat of the pants.
Ah!
He lets out a painful yell and attempts to hit the Seeker.
Scratch out with your feelings.
Luke stands in one place, seemingly frozen. The Seeker makes a dive at Luke, and he incredibly manages to deflect the bolt.
You see, there it is. You can do it.
I'd call it luck.
In my experience, there is no such thing as luck.
Good against remotes is one thing. Good against the living, that's something else. Looks like we're coming up on Alderaan.
You know, I did feel something. It was like I could almost see the remote.
That's good. You've taken your first step towards this larger world.
Stand by, Chewie. Here we go. Cut in the sublight engines. What the? Oh. We've come out of hyperspace into the meteor shower. Some kind of asteroid collision. It's not on any of the charts.
What's going on?
Our position is correct, except no Alderaan.
What do you mean? Where is it?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, kid. It ain't there. It's been totally blown away.
What? How?
Destroyed by the Empire.
The entire Starfleet couldn't destroy the whole planet. It'd take 1,000 ships with more firepower than I've... There's another ship coming in.
Oh, maybe they know what happened.
Oh, my God. So
It's an
annoying.
Imperial fighter.
Oh, it followed us!
No. It's a short-range fighter.
There aren't any bases around here. Where did it come from?
It sure is leaving in a big hurry. If they identify us, we're in big trouble.
Not if I can help it. Chewie, jam its transmissions.
It'd be as well to let us go. It's far too far out of range.
Not for long.
A fighter that size couldn't get this deep into space on its own.
Well, it must have gotten lost, been part of a convoy or something.
Well, it ain't gonna be around long enough to tell anyone about us.
Oh, look at him. He's headed for that small moon.
I think I can get him before he gets there. He's almost in range.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
It's too big to be a space station.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
Yeah. I think you're right. Full reverse, Chewie. Lock in the auxiliary power.
Why are we still moving towards it?
We're caught in its tractor beam. It's pulling us in.
Well, there's got to be something you can do.
There's nothing I can do about it, kid. I'm in full power. It's gonna have to shut down, but they're not going to get me without a fight.
You can't win, but there are alternatives to fighting.
Ugh.
Inside that space station that is definitely not a moon.
The scout ships have reached Tatooine. They have found the remains of a rebel base, but they estimate it has been deserted for some time. They are conducting an extensive search of the surrounding systems.
She lied. She lied to us.
I told ya. I told you she would never consciously betray the rebellion unless she thought she could destroy the station in the process.
Terminate her. Immediately.
And we've captured a freighter entering the remains of the Alderaan system. Its markings match those of the ship that blasted its way out of the quarantine on Mos Eisley.
Eisley.
They must have been trying to return the stolen plans to the princess. She may yet be of some use to us.
The pirate ship rests in a huge hangar bay of the Death Star.
There's no one on board. According to the ship's log, the crew abandoned ship right after takeoff. It must be a decoy. Several of the escape pods have been jettisoned.
Did you find any droids?
No, sir. If there were any, they must have also jettisoned.
All right, send a scanning crew on board. I want every part of this ship checked. I sense something. A presence I haven't felt since...
Since when? He didn't say since when. All right, get me a scanning crew here on the double. I want every part of this ship checked.
In a few minutes, all is quiet. The muffled sounds of a distant officer giving orders finally fade. 2 floor panels suddenly pop up, revealing Han Solo and Luke. Ben Kenobi sticks his head out of the 3rd locker.
Boy, it is lucky you had these compartments. Sorry.
That's okay. I use them for smuggling. I never thought I'd be smuggling myself in them. This is ridiculous. Even if I could take off, I'd never get past the tractor beam.
Leave that to me.
It's my saber is
It's
on.
really loud.
I know, sorry. I don't
You
know how
can't
to turn it
that
off.
off?
Once it's on, it's on.
Jesus Christ.
That's the Force.
Ben, what did you say?
Leave that to me.
Damn fool, I knew you were going to say that.
Who's the more foolish? The fool or the fool who follows him?
What?
2 crewmen carry a heavy box on board the ship, and a loud crashing sound is heard, followed by a voice calling out to the guards below.
Hey down there, could you give us a hand with this?
The stormtroopers guarding either side of the ramp enter the ship, and a second loud crashing sound is heard.
In a very small command office near the entrance to the pirate starship, a gantry officer looks out his window and notices the guards are missing. He speaks into his comlink.
TK-421, why aren't you at your post? TK-421, do you copy?
A stormtrooper comes down the ramp of the pirate starship and waves to the gantry officer and points to his ear, indicating that his comlink is not working. The gantry officer shakes his head in disgust and heads for the door, giving his aide an annoyed look.
Take over. We've got another bad transmitter. I'm going to see what I can do.
As the officer approaches the door, it slides open, revealing the towering Chewbacca. With a bone-chilling howl, the giant Wookiee flattens the officer with one blow. The aide immediately reaches for his pistol, but is blasted by Han, dressed as an Imperial stormtrooper. Ben and the robots enter the room, quickly followed by Luke, also dressed as a stormtrooper.
Between his howling and your blasting everything in sight, it's a wonder the entire station doesn't know we're here.
Bring them on. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
Plug him in. He should be able to read the entire Imperial computer network.
Okay, he says he found the main computer to power the tractor beam that's holding the ship here. The tractor beam is coupled to the main reactor in 7 locations. Stay with me.
We're listening.
Power
We're
loss
listening.
at one of these terminals will allow the ships to leave.
I don't think there's any way you boys can help. I must go alone.
Whatever you say. I've done more than I bargained for on this trip already.
No, I want to go with you.
Be patient, Luke. Stay here and watch over the droids.
But he can...
They must be delivered safely to the other star system, or it will suffer the same fate as Alderaan. Your destiny lies along a different path than mine. The Force will be with you. Always.
That old man's mad!
You said it, Chewie. Where did you dig up that old fossil?
Ben is a great man.
Great at getting us into trouble.
Well, I didn't hear you give any idea. No high fives! Don't! God, Chewie, stop. Don't high five with both hands. I didn't hear you give any ideas.
Anything would be better than just waiting here for them to pick us up.
Who do you think? What is it?
I'm afraid I'm not quite sure, sir. He says, I found her, and keeps repeating, she's here.
Wait. Who? Just who is it? Who has he found?
He's saying, Princess Leia?
The princess. The princess?
Princess
She's
Leia.
here?
Princess, what is going on?
Where is she?
You're sweating, dude.
Yeah. Dude, you have not seen this princess.
Level 5, detention block AA23.
AA23.
I'm afraid she's scheduled to be terminated.
Oh no! We got to do something.
What are you talking about?
The droid belongs to her. She's the one in the message.
What?
No, we got to help her.
Now, look, don't get any funny ideas. The old man wants us to wait here.
But he didn't know she was here. If we could just figure out a way into that detention block.
I'm not going anywhere.
They're gonna execute her!
What?
Look, just a few minutes ago you said you didn't want to wait here to be captured. Now all you want to do is stay?
Marching into the detention area is not what I had in mind.
They're gonna kill her!
Better her than me.
Well, I've seen her. And she is beautiful.
So's life. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's a really good point. Well, she's rich.
Rich?
Yep, yeah, and powerful and rich. And if we were to rescue her, the reward would be...
What?
Well,
What?
more wealth than you can imagine.
I don't know, hon. I can imagine quite a bit.
Well, you'll get it.
I better.
You will.
All right, kid. But you better be right about this.
All right.
What's your plan?
3PO, hand me those binders, will you? Okay. Thanks. Got them. I have them now. And I'm gonna put these binders.
Binders.
Oh, like handcuffs.
Handcuffs.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have them.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna put them on you.
Okay.
Chewie. Okay, Han, you put these on.
Okay, don't worry, Chewie. I think I know what he has in mind. Better than he does.
No, I laid it all out
I
very
don't
specifically.
think you know what you're
Master
talking
Luke,
about.
pardon me for asking, but what should R2 and I do if we're discovered here?
I don't know, lock the door?
And hope they don't have blasters.
That isn't very reassuring.
Luke and Han put on their armored helmets and start off into the giant Imperial Death Star.
This isn't gonna work.
Well, why didn't you say so before?
I think I did.
Where are you taking this thing?
Chewie. Chewie. Oh, this thing? This thing?
Where'd it go?
To-
There it is.
It's a prisoner transfer from cell block 1138.
Oh, I wasn't notified. I'll have to clear it.
Look out! He's loose!
Oh, shit!
The startled guards are momentarily dumbfounded. Luke and Han have already pulled out their laser pistols and are blasting away at the terrifying Wookiee. The barrage of laser fire misses Chewbacca but hits the camera eyes, laser gate controls, and the Imperial guards. Han rushes to the comlink system, which is screeching questions about what is going on. He quickly checks the computer readout.
We've got to find out which call this princess of yours is. Here it is. 2187. I'll hold them here. Everything is under control. Situation normal.
What happened?
Well, okay. Slight weapon malfunction.
Good. That's good.
No problem now. And we're all fine.
Yeah,
so
totally fine.
Thank you. And how are you?
We're sending a squad
No,
up.
okay, negative. We have a reactor leak. Give us a few minutes to lock it down. Large leak, very dangerous, yes.
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Han blasts the comlink and it explodes.
Boring conversation anyway. Luke, we're gonna have company.
Luke stops in front of one of the cells and blasts the door away with his laser pistol. When the smoke clears, Luke sees the dazzling young princess.
Oh.
Standing before him with an uncomprehending look on her face. Luke is stunned by her incredible beauty and stands staring at her with his mouth hanging open.
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Huh? Oh! It's a uniform. No, I've come to rescue you. I'm Luke Skywalker.
You're who?
I have come to rescue you. Ben Kenobi is with me. We got your droids.
Ben Kenobi? Where is he?
He is here.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? Impossible. What makes you think so?
A tremor in the Force. Last time I felt it was in the presence of my old master.
Surely he must be dead by now.
Don't underestimate the power of the Force.
The Jedi are extinct. Their fire has gone out of the universe. You, my friend, are all that's left of their religion.
Governor Tarkin, we have an emergency alert in detention block AA-23.
The princess. But all sections on alert.
Obi-Wan's here. The Force is with him.
If you're right, he must not be allowed to escape.
Escape is not his plan. I must face him alone.
This rules. In the detention area, a series of explosions knock a hole in the wall through which several Imperial troops begin to emerge. Han and Chewie fire their laser pistols at them. Through the smoke and flames, they turn and run down the cell hallway, meeting up with Luke and Leia running towards them.
We can't go back that way.
It looks like you managed to cut off our only escape route.
Begging your forgiveness, Your Highness, but maybe you'd prefer it back in your cell?
C-3PO, C-3PO.
Yes, sir.
We've been cut off. Are there any other ways out of the cell bay?
I said...
what was that? I didn't copy.
Oh, I said all systems have been alerted to your presence, sir. The mains entry seems to be the only way in or out. All other information on your sector is restricted.
Someone begins banging on the door.
Oh, no.
Oh, there isn't any other way out.
Well, they're closing in on us. What now?
This is some rescue. When you came in, didn't you have a plan for getting out?
He's the brains, sweetheart.
Well, I didn't,
The princess grabs Luke's gun and fires it at a small grate in the wall next to Han.
What the hell are you doing?
Somebody has to save our skins. Into the garbage fuck. Into the garbage chute, flyboy.
Nice. Really good job. Really good.
She jumps through the narrow garbage flute as Han and Chewbacca look on in amazement.
Get in there, you big furry oaf. I don't care what you smell.
Han gives him a kick and the Wookiee disappears into the tiny opening. Luke and Han continue
kick
firing
right in
as
the
they
Wookiee.
work their way through the opening.
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
It's that one.
Yeah.
It's that one. It's the second one.
Interesting.
Luke ducks laser fire as he jumps into the darkness. Han fires off a couple of quick blasts, creating a smoky cover, then slides into the chute himself and is gone.
Han tumbles into the large room filled with garbage and muck.
Whoa!
Luke is already stumbling around looking for an exit.
Oh, the garbage chute was a really wonderful idea. What an incredible smell you've discovered. Let's get out of here. Get away from there.
No, wait!
He draws his laser pistol and fires at the hatch. The laser bolt ricochets wildly around the small metal room. Everyone dives for cover in the garbage as the bolt explodes, almost on top of them. Leia climbs out of the garbage with a rather grim look on her face.
Put that thing away or you're gonna get us all killed.
Absolutely, Your Worship. Look, I had everything under control until you let us down here. You know, it's not gonna take them long to figure out what happened to us.
It could be worse.
A loud, horrible, inhuman moan works its way up from the murky depths.
It's worse.
There's something alive in here.
All right, that's your imagination. No, God.
No, something just moved past my leg. Look, did you see that?
What?
Suddenly, Luke is yanked under the garbage.
Luke! 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 Luke!
Blasted, will you? My gun's jammed!
Where?
Anywhere!
Luke! 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 Luke!
Back.
What happened?
I don't know.
No, it just disappeared.
Okay, I got a very bad feeling about this.
Before anyone can say anything, the walls begin to rumble and edge towards the rebels.
The walls are moving.
Don't just stand there. Try to brace it with something.
They place poles and long metal beams between the closing walls, but they are simply snapped and bent as the giant trash masher rumbles on. The situation doesn't look too good.
3PO, come in, 3PO.
A soft buzzer and the muted voice of Luke calling out for C-3PO can be heard on C-3PO's hand comm link, which is sitting on the deserted computer console. R2 and 3PO are nowhere in sight. Suddenly, there's a great explosion, and the door to the control tower flies across the floor. 4 armored stormtroopers enter the chamber, and a muffled voice can be heard coming from one of the supply cabinets. The troops inspect the dead bodies and release 3PO from the supply cabinet. R2 follows his bronze companion out into the office.
The madmen. They're heading to the prison level. They just left. If you hurry, you might catch them. I don't know.
The troops hustle off down the hallway, leaving 2 guards to watch over the command office.
All this excitement has overrun the circuits of my counterpart here. If you don't mind, I'd like to take him down to maintenance.
The guard nods, and 3PO, with little R2 in tow, hurries out the door.
The garbage room gets smaller and smaller. Chewie is whining and trying to hold a wall back with his giant paws. Garbage is snapping and popping.
3PO, come in, 3PO. Where could he be? 3PO, will you come in?
They aren't here. Something must have happened to them. See if they've been captured. Hurry!
One thing's for sure, we're all gonna be a lot We're all gonna be a lot thinner.
Oh, good one.
Thanks. I'm starting to like you. Get on top! I'm trying!
Thank goodness. They haven't found them. Where could they be? Use the comm link. Oh, I forgot! I turned it off. Are you there, sir?
3PO?
Sir? We've had some problems.
Will you shut up and listen to me? Shut down all the garbage mashers on the detention level, will you? Shut down all the garbage mashers on the detention level!
Shut them all down! Hurry! Listen to them, they're dying, R2. Curse my metal body, I wasn't fast enough. It's all my fault, my poor master.
No, 3PO, we're all right, you did great. Hey, open the pressure maintenance hatch on unit number, where are we?
326827.
326827.
The group exit the garbage room into a dusty, unused hallway.
If we can just avoid any more female advice, we ought to be able to get out
It's a
get
great
out of
line.
here, right?
It's a real great line.
If we could just avoid
say it again.
any
Yeah, one
more
more time.
female advice, we ought to be able to get out of here.
Well, let's get moving.
Where are you going?
A long, slimy tentacle works its way out of the doorway, searching for its victim. Han aims its pistol.
No, wait, they'll hear. Come here, you big coward. Chewie, come here, Chewie.
Listen, I don't know who you are or where you came from, but from now on, you do as I tell you, okay?
Look, your worshipfulness. Let's get one thing straight. I take orders from one person. Me.
Oh, shit.
It's a wonder you're still alive. Will somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way?
No reward is worth this.
Luke, Han, Chewbacca, and Leia run down an empty hallway and stop before a bay window overlooking the pirate ship.
There she is.
C-3PO, do you copy?
For the moment, we're in the main hangar across from the ship.
Well, we're right above you. Stand by.
Oh, you came in that thing? You're braver than I thought.
Nice. Come on.
It's them! Blast them!
Before even thinking, Han draws his laser pistol and charges the troops. Draws laser pistol. There you go. And charges the troops, firing.
Bang,
Get
bang,
back
bang,
to the ship.
Bang, bang, bang. Well, where are you going? Come back.
He certainly has courage.
What good will it do us if he gets himself killed? Come on.
Luke fires his laser pistol wildly as he and Leia rush down a narrow sub-hallway chased by several stormtroopers. They quickly reach a narrow bridge that spans into a huge dark shaft that seems to go into infinity. The bridge has been retracted into the abyss, the wall of the shaft, and Luke almost rushes into the abyss. He loses his balance off at the end of the bridge as Leia behind him takes hold of his arm and pulls him back.
Wow. I think we took a wrong turn.
Leia reaches over and hits a switch that pops the hatch door open with a resounding boom, leaving them precariously perched on a short piece of bridge overhang.
There's no lock!
Luke blasts the controls with his laser pistol.
Q! That ought to hold it for a while.
Quick, we've got to get across the cross. Find the control that extends the bridge.
Yeah. I think I just blasted it.
They're coming through.
Luke notices something on his stormtrooper belt. When laser fire hits the wall behind them, Luke hands the gun to Leia.
Here, hold this.
Luke pulls a thin nylon cable from his trooper utility belt. It has a grappler hook on it. A trooper appears on the bridge overhang and fires at Luke and Leia.
Here they come.
Leia hits one of the stormtroopers on the bridge above, and he falls into the abyss. Luke tosses the rope across the gorge, and it wraps itself around an overcropping of pipes. He tugs onto the rope to make sure it's secure and grabs the princess in his arms. Leia looks at Luke, then kisses him quickly on the lips. Luke is very surprised.
What?
For luck.
Luke pushes off, and they swing across the treacherous abyss as the corresponding hatchway on the opposite side.
Ben Kenobi hurries along one of the tunnels leading to the hangar where the pirate ship waits. Just before he reaches the hangar, Darth Vader steps into view at the end of the tunnel and lights his saber. Ben also ignites his and steps slowly forward.
You guys should trade.
You should
trade.
switch.
Just
Switch
switch
lightsabers.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
There you go.
A moment.
You got it.
A brief moment of friendship.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now, I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
The two galactic warriors stand perfectly still for a few moments, sizing each other up and waiting for the right moment. Ben makes a sudden lunge at the huge warrior, but is checked by a lightning movement of the Sith. A masterful slash stroke by Vader is blocked, then countered. The two powerful warriors stand motionless for a few moments with their laser swords locked in midair, creating a low buzzing sound.
Your powers are weak, old man.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down now, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
The lightsabers continue to meet in combat.
Come here, Jew.
Han Solo and Chewbacca, their weapons in hand, lean back against the wall, surveying the forward bay, watching the Imperial stormtroopers make their rounds of the hangar as Luke and the princess join them.
Didn't we just leave this party?
Did they call him a Jew? I didn't get that. What?
What kept you?
We ran into some old friends.
Why are you guys being weird?
Hey, is the ship all right?
Seems okay. If we can get into it, just hope the old man got the tractor beam out of commission. Just hope the old man got the tractor beam out of commission. The light is hard over here. It's easier over there. Okay.
Look! Hey, Rich and Fred, come back up. Rich and Fred.
This is your big moment.
Look!
Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie look up and see Ben and Vader emerging from the hallways on the far side of the docking bay.
Come on, R2, we're going!
Now's our chance. Go!
They start for the Millennium Falcon. Ben looks over his shoulder at Luke, lifts his sword from Vader's, and then watches his opponent with a serene look on his face. Vader brings his sword down, cutting old Ben, or Obi-Wan, in half.
No!
2 Jews for you now.
Now you guys can sit down. Thank you. The stormtroopers turn toward Luke and begin firing at him. The robots are already moving up the ramp into the Millennium Falcon while Luke, transfixed by anger and awe, returns their fire.
Come on.
Come on, Luke. It's too late.
Run, Luke, run.
Luke looks around to see where the voice came from. He turns toward the pirate ship, ducking Imperial gunfire from the troopers, and races aboard.
I hope the old man got the tractor beam out of commission, or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it!
The Millennium Falcon powers away from the Death Star docking bay, makes a spectacular turn, and disappears into the vastness of space.
We're coming up on the sentry ships. Hold them off. Angle the deflector shields while I charge up the main guns.
Luke looks downward sadly, shaking his head back and forth as the princess smiles comfortingly at him.
Just can't believe he's gone.
There wasn't anything that could have been done.
Come on, buddy. Hey, pay attention, man. We're not out of this yet.
Solo climbs into his attack position in the topside gun port. Luke gets up and moves out toward the gun ports as Leia head for the cockpit.
You in, kids? Stay sharp.
Here they come!
2 TIE fighters dive down towards the pirate ship.
Oh, they're coming in too fast!
A laser bolt streaks into the side of the pirate ship. The ship lurches violently, throwing poor 3PO into a cabinet full of small computer chips.
We've lost lateral controls! Don't worry, she'll hold together.
The enemy laser bolt hits the pirate ship's control panel, causing it to blow out in a shower of sparks.
You hear me, baby? Hold together.
Another TIE fighter moves in on the pirate ship, and Luke, smiling, fires the laser cannons at it, scoring a spectacular direct hit.
I got him! I got him!
Great, kid. Don't get cocky.
There are still 2 more of them out there.
Luke fires a laser blast at the approaching enemy fighter, and it bursts into a spectacular explosion. The last of the attacking Imperial TIE fighters looms in, firing upon the Falcon. Solo swivels behind this cannon, his aim describing the arc of the TIE fighter. The fighter comes closer, firing at the pirate ship, but a well-aimed blast from Solo's laser cannon hits the attacker, which blows up in a small atomic shower of burning fragments.
That's it! We did it!
Help! How you doing? What's your sign? I'm a Virgo moon. Hey.
Help! I think I'm melting. This is all your fault.
The victorious Millennium Falcon moves off majestically through space.
Are they away?
They've just made the jump into hyperspace.
You're sure the homing beacon is secured aboard their ship? I'm taking an awful risk, Vader. This had better work.
Not a bad bit of rescuing, huh? You know, sometimes I even amaze myself.
That doesn't sound too hard. Besides, they let us go. It's the only explanation for the ease of our escape.
Easy. You call that easy?
They're tracking us.
Not this ship, sister.
At least the information in R2 is intact.
What's so important? What's he carrying?
The technical readouts of that battle station. I only hope that when the data is analyzed, a weakness can be found. It's not over yet.
It is for me, sister.
No, not yet.
Look.
Just wait.
I ain't in this for your revolution, okay? And I'm not in it for you, princess. Sister.
No.
I expect to be well paid, and I'm in it for the money.
You needn't worry about your reward. If money is all you love, then that's all you'll receive. Your friend is quite a mercenary. I wonder if he really cares about anything. Or anyone.
Well, I care.
Do you think she heard me? So what do you think of her, Han?
I'm trying not to, kid.
Good.
Still, she's got a lot of spirit, you know? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think a princess and a guy like me... What?
The battered pirate ship drifts into orbit around the planet Yavin and proceeds to one of its tiny green moons. An alert guard, his laser gun in hand, scans the countryside. Han, Luke, and the others are greeted by the rebel troops. Willard, the commander of the rebel forces, rushes up to the group and gives Leia a big hug. Everyone is pleased to see her.
Oh, you're safe. We'd feared the worst. When we heard about Alderaan, we were afraid that you were lost along with your father.
We don't have time for our sorrows, Commander. The battle station has surely tracked us here. It's the only explanation for the ease of our escape. You must use the information in this R2 unit to plan the attack. It is our only hope.
Later, General Dodonna stands before a large electronic wall display. The low-ceilinged room is filled with star pilots, navigators, and a sprinkling of R2-type robots. Everyone is listening intently to what Dodonna is saying.
All right, the battle station is heavily shielded and carries a firepower greater than half a star fleet. Oh, God. Its defenses are designed around a direct, large-scale assault. A small one-man fighter should be able to penetrate their outer defense. Yeah.
Pardon me for asking, sir, but what good are snuff fighters going to be against that?
Well, the Empire doesn't consider a small one-man fighter to be any threat, or they'd have a tighter defense. An analysis of the plans that we recovered from the movie Road One, provided by Princess Leia, has demonstrated a weakness in the battle station. Somebody want to turn that thing off? No. The approach will not be easy. You're required to maneuver straight down this trench and skim the surface to this point. The target area is only 2 meters wide. It's a small thermal exhaust port right below the main port. The shaft leads directly to the reactor system. A precise hit will start a chain reaction, which should destroy the station.
Wait,
what I don't know about that. It's
Do
probably
I need
not.
to say that? It was complicated. I
yeah.
could say it. I'll send it to you in an email or something.
Okay.
Only a precise hit will set up a chain reaction. The shaft is ray shielded, so you'll have to use proton torpedoes.
That's impossible, even for a computer.
It's not impossible. I used to bullseye womp rats in my T-16 back home. They're not much bigger than 2 meters.
Who the fuck is this?
What is he talking about?
Womp rat.
Okay.
Used to bullseye them.
All right, that's enough. Hey, just he needs to shut up. Man your ships, and may the Force be with you.
Yeah.
The Death Star begins to move around the planet toward the tiny green moon. Tarkin and Vader watch the computer-projected screen with interest as a circle of lights intertwines around one another on the screen, showing its position in relation to Yavin and the fourth moon.
Orbiting the planet at maximum velocity. The moon with the rebel base will be in range in 30 minutes.
This will be a day long remembered. It has seen the end of Kenobi, and it will soon see the end of the rebellion. I know.
In the huge spaceship hangar, flight crews rush around loading last-minute armaments and unlocking power couplings. In an area isolated from this activity, Luke finds Han and Chewbacca loading small boxes into an armored speeder.
All flight troops, man your stations. All flight troops, man your stations.
So, you got your reward and you're just leaving then?
Yeah, that's right. I got some old debts I've got to pay off with this stuff. Even if I didn't, you don't think I'd be a fool enough to stick around here, do you? Why don't you come with us? You're pretty good in a fight. I could use you.
Come on. Why don't you take a look around? You know what's about to happen, what they're up against. They could use a good pilot like you. You're turning your back on them.
What good's a reward if you ain't around to use it? Besides, attacking that battle station ain't my idea of courage. It's more like suicide.
All right, well, take care of yourself, Han. Guess that's what you're best at, isn't it?
Luke.
Huh? I was walking away because I fucking burned you.
I'm about to make you feel really bad then.
Oh.
May the Force be with you.
Luke turns and sees Han wink at him. Luke lifts his hand in a small wave and then goes off.
Sorry, stand your hold too. I will go home. Why?
What are you looking at? I know what I'm doing.
All right.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's Han. I don't know. I just really thought he'd change his mind.
He's got to follow his own path. No one can choose it for him.
I only wish Ben was here.
Leia gives Luke a little kiss, turns and goes off. As Luke heads for his ship, another pilot rushes up to him and grabs his arm.
I don't think we nailed it.
Oh, okay. We can take it back.
I feel like we should
Tatiana,
do
can we
it.
take that again?
Do you want to take it back?
Can we wind it back just a second?
Narrator 2, page 84. Leia gives Luke a little kiss.
A little kiss.
Turns.
Oh my God.
And then goes off. As Luke heads for his ship, another pilot rushes up to him and grabs his arm. You're not
Luke!
done, Luke.
Oh, no.
You're still here.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Oh.
How'd you get here? Are you going out with us?
Biggs, of course. I'll be up there with you. Listen, have I got some stories to tell?
Hey, are you Luke Skywalker? Mm-hmm. Have you been checked out in the Incom T-65?
Sir, Luke is the best bush pilot in the Outer Rim territories.
Bush pilot, huh?
Yep.
I met your father once when I was just a boy. He was a great pilot. You'll do all right. If you've got half of your father's skill, you'll do better than all right.
Thank you, sir. I'll try.
I gotta get on board. Listen, you tell me your stories when we get back, all right?
I told you I'd make it someday, Biggs.
Yeah, you did. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be like old times, Luke. We're a couple of shooting stars that'll never be stopped.
Wow.
Never.
As Luke begins to climb up the ladder into his sleek, deadly spaceship, the crew chief who is working on the craft points to little R2, who is being hoisted into a socket on the back of the fighter.
This R2 unit of yours seems a bit beat up. Do you want a new one?
Not on your life. That little droid and I have been through a lot together. You okay, R2?
Ooh.
Okay. Easy as she goes.
Yep.
Hang on tight, R2. You've got to come back.
Ooh.
You wouldn't want my life to get boring, would you?
Ooh.
The hangar is buzzing with last-minute activity as the pilots and crewmen alike make their final adjustments. Coupling hoses are disconnected from the ships as their fueled cockpit shields roll smoothly into place over each pilot. A signalman holding red guiding lights directs the ships. Luke, a trace of a smile gracing his lips, peers through his goggles.
Luke, the Force will be with you.
Luke is confused at the voice and taps his headphones as the silver starship catapult from the foliage in a tight formation and disappears into the morning cloud cover.
Stand by alert. Death Star approaching. Estimated time to firing range, 15 minutes.
All wings report in.
Red 10 standing by. Red 7 standing by.
Red 3 standing by.
Red 6 standing by.
Red 9 standing by.
Red 2, what's up?
Red 11 standing by.
Red 5 standing by.
Lock S-foils in attack position. We're passing through their magnetic field. Hold tight. Switch your deflectors on. Double front.
Damn, look at the size of that thing!
Cut the chatter, Red 2. Accelerate to attack speed. This is it, boys.
Laser bolts streak through the star-filled night. The Rebel X-Wing fighters move in towards the Imperial base as the Death Star aims its massive laser guns at the Rebel forces and fires.
Yo, heavy fire, boss! I'm getting hit 20 degrees, dog!
I see it. Stay low.
This is Red 5. I'm going in.
Luke's X-Wing races towards the Death Star. Laser bolts streak from his weapons, creating a huge explosion on the dim surface. Terror crosses Luke's face as he realizes he won't be able to pull out in time to avoid the fireball.
Luke, pull up! Are you all right?
I got a little cooked, but I'm okay.
We count 30 rebel ships, Lord Vader, but they're so small they're evading our turbo lasers.
We'll have to destroy them ship to ship. Get the crews to their fighters.
Squad leaders, we picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way.
Well, my scope's negative. I don't see anything.
Keep your visual scanning. With all this jamming, they'll be on top of us before the scope can pick them up. Biggs! You've picked one up. Watch it.
I can't see. Where is it?
Biggs sees the TIE fighter behind him and swings around, trying to avoid him.
He's on me tight. I can't shake him. I can't shake him!
Hang on, Biggs, I'm coming in!
Biggs and the tailing TIE ship dive for the surface, now followed by a fast-gaining Luke. After Biggs dives out of sight, the TIE ship explodes in a mass of flames.
Got him!
Yo, watch your back, Luke. Fighters above you, coming in.
Luke spots the TIE fighter behind him and soars away from the Death Star's surface.
I can't shake him!
I'm on him, Luke. Hold on.
Wedge dives across the horizon towards Luke and the TIE fighter.
Plastic Biggs, where are you?
The TIE fighter explodes in a ball with a white light. Luke looks about in relief.
Thanks, Wedge.
Yeah, good shooting, Wedge.
Thank you.
Red Leader, this is Gold Leader. We're starting our attack run.
I copy, Gold Leader. Move into position.
This exhaust port is marked to locked in. Yeah, switch powered front deflector screens. How many guns do you think, Gold 5?
I'd say about 20 guns. Some on the surface, some on the towers.
Yeah.
Death Star will be in range in 5 minutes.
Okay. Switching to targeting computer.
Computer locked. Getting a signal.
As the fighters begin to approach the target area, suddenly, all the laser fire stops. An eerie calm clings over the trench as the surface whips past in a blur.
The guns. They've stopped.
Stabilize your reed deflectors. Watch for enemy fighters.
They're coming in. 3 marks at 210.
3 Imperial TIE ships, Darth Vader in the center, flanked by 2 wingmen, dive in precise formation almost vertically toward the Death Star surface.
I'll take it myself. Cover me. Yes, sir.
Vader lines up Gold 2 in his targeting computer. Gold 2's ship explodes. Debris is flung out into space, and Gold Leader looks over his shoulder at the scene and panics.
Oh, what the fuck? I can't maneuver.
Hey, baby, stay on target.
We're too close.
Hey, stay on target.
Loosen up!
Gold Leader's ship is hit by Vader's laser and explodes in a ball of flames, throwing debris in all directions.
Gold 5 to Red Leader. Lost Tyree, lost Dutch.
I copy. New Gold Leader.
Oh, whoa. They came from, behind.
One of the engines explodes on Gold 5's Y-Wing fighter, blazing out of control. Gold 5, a veteran of countless campaigns, spins towards his death.
We've analyzed their attack, sir, and there is a danger. Should I have your ship standing by?
Evacuate in our moment of triumph. I think you overestimate their chances.
Rebel base, 3 minutes and closing.
Red Group, this is Red Leader. Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
It's gonna get crowded up here.
Yeah. Oh, this is Red 2 flying towards you. What's up?
Red 3, standing by.
Luke, take Red 2 and 3. Hold up here and wait for my signal to start your run.
Red Leader roams down the trench of the Death Star as lasers streak across the blue heavens.
We should be able to see it by now.
Keep your eyes open for those fighters.
There's too much interference. Red 5, can you see them from where you are?
No sign of it. Wait. Coming in, 0.35.
I see them.
I'm in range. Target's coming up. Just hold them off for a few seconds.
Vader adjusts his control levers and dives on the X-Wing fighters.
Close up formation.
You'd better let her loose.
Almost there.
I can't hold them.
Darth Vader's well-aimed laser fire proves to be unavoidable and strike Red 10's ship. Red 10 screams in anguish and pain as his ship explodes and bursts into flames. Grimly, Red Leader takes careful aim and watches his computer targeting device, which shows the target lined up in the crosshairs, and fires.
It's away.
It's a hit.
Negative. It didn't go in. It just impacted on the surface.
Red Leader, we're right above you. Turn to 0.05. We'll cover for you.
Stay there. I just lost my starboard engine. Get set to make your attack run.
Laser bolts are flung from Vader's TIE fighter, connecting with Red Leader's Rebel X-Wing fighter. Red Leader buys it, creating a tremendous explosion far below. Buys it, George? That's how you said it? He screams and is destroyed.
Luke. looks out the window of his X-Wing at the explosion far below, and for the first time, he feels the helplessness of his situation.
Rebel base, 1 minute and closing.
Biggs, Wedge, let's close it up. We're going in full throttle.
Right with you, my guy.
Luke, at what speed will you be able to pull out in time?
It'll be just like Beggar's Canyon back home.
We'll stay back far enough to cover you.
I don't know what that is, but my scope shows the tower, but I can't see the exhaust port. Are you sure the computer can hit it?
Watch yourself. Increase speed, full throttle.
What about the tower?
You worry about those fighters. I'll worry about the tower. R2, that stabilizer's broken loose again. See if you can't lock it down.
Vader adjusts his controls and fires laser bolts at the 2 X-Wings flying down the trench. He scores a direct hit on Wedge.
I'm hit. I can't stay with you.
Clear, Wedge. You can't do any more good back there.
Sorry.
It's all good, buddy.
Stay on the leader.
Luke's X-Wing speeds down the trench, the 3 TIE fighters still in perfect unbroken formation, tail close behind.
Hurry, Luke. They're coming in much faster this time. I can't hold them.
R2, try and increase the power.
Luke looks into his targeting device. He moves it away for a moment and ponders its use.
Hurry up, Luke.
Vader and his wingmen race through the Death Star trench. Biggs moves in to cover for Luke, but Vader gains on him.
Wait!
Vader squeezes the fire button on his controls, and Biggs' ship bursts into a million flaming bits and scatters across the Death Star surface. Luke is stunned by Biggs' death. His eyes are watering, but his anger is also growing.
Hey, me again. Rebel base, 30 seconds of closing.
I'm on the leader.
Luke lines up the yellow crosshair lines of the targeting device's screen, then starts at a voice he hears.
Use the Force, Luke.
Luke looks up, then starts to look back into the targeting device. He has second thoughts.
Let go, Luke.
The Force is strong with this one.
Luke looks to the targeting device, then away as he hears Ben's voice.
Luke, trust me.
Luke's hand reaches for the control panel, and he presses the button. The targeting device moves away.
His computer's off. Hey, look, you switched off your targeting computer. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm all right.
The 3 TIE fighters, manned by Vader and his 2 wingmen, follow Luke's X-Wing down the trench. A large burst of Vader's laser fire engulfs R2. The arms go limp on the smoking little droid as he makes a high-pitched sound. Luke looks frantically back over his shoulder as smoke billows out around little R2 and sparks begin to fly.
I've lost R2!
The Death Star has cleared the planet. The Death Star has cleared the planet.
Rebel base in range.
You may fire when ready.
Commence primary ignition.
An officer reaches up and pushes buttons on the control panel as green lighted buttons turn to red.
Vader's targeting computer swings around into position. Vader takes careful aim on Luke's X-Wing fighter.
I have you now.
As Vader unleashes a volley of laser fire, one of the TIE ships at his side is hit and explodes into flames.
What?
Yahoo!
Oh, look out!
Vader's wingman panics at the sight of the oncoming pirate starship and veers radically to one side, colliding with Vader's TIE fighter in the process.
The wingman crashes into the sidewall of the trench and explodes. Vader's ship spins off out of control with the bent solar fin heading for deep space.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Luke looks up and smiles. He concentrates on the exhaust port, then fires his laser torpedoes. He throws his head back in relief.
Stand by to fire at Rebel base.
The rebel ships race out of sight, leaving the moon-like Death Star alone against a blanket of stars. Several small flashes appear on the surface, and the Death Star bursts into a supernova, creating a spectacular heavenly display.
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
Remember, the Force will always be with you. Always.
Back at the Rebel base, Luke climbs out of his starship fighter and is cheered by a throng of ground crew and pilots. He climbs down the ladder as they all welcome him with laughter, cheers, and shouting.
Luke!
She throws her arm around Luke and hugs him as they dance around in a circle. Solo runs in towards Luke and they embrace one another, slapping each other on the back.
Hey, hey.
Hey, I knew you'd come back. I just knew it.
Well, I wasn't going to let you take all the credit and get all the reward.
Hey, I knew there was more to you than money.
No, just money. No. No. Oh no!
Oh no.
R2!
Oh my, R2, can you hear me? Say something. You can repair him, can't you?
We'll get to work on him right away.
Oh, you must repair him. If any of my circuits and gears will help, I'll gladly donate them.
Well, he'll be all right.
Really?
Luke, Han, and Chewbacca enter the huge ruins of the main temple. Hundreds of troops are lined up in neat rows, and at the far end stands a vision in white, the beautiful young Senator Leia. Luke and the others solemnly march up the long aisle and kneel before her.
From one side of the temple marches a shined up and fully repaired R2-D2. He waddles up to the group and stands next to an equally pristine 3PO, who is rather awestruck by the whole event. Chewbacca is confused.
Dodonna and several other dignitaries sit on the left of Princess Leia. She rises and places a gold medallion around Han's neck. He winks at her. She then repeats the ceremony with Luke, who is moved by the event. They turn and face the assembled troops, who all bow before them. Chewbacca growls and R2 beeps with happiness. The end!
The end! Oh my gosh. Thank you everyone for coming to MACLUNKEY, Treasure Island. Andy Daly, Corinne Wells, Darcy Carden, Eric Edelstein, Fred MELAMED, Hal Lublin, James URBANIAK, JOJO, GINN, LARAINE, NEWMAN, Paul, BRITTAIN, REKHA, SHANKAR, Rich Summer, Richard Kine, Sean Diston, Tatiana Maslany, Zach Oyama, Chrysanthi Tan, Ender Smith, Ella Moran, Ruth Kreskin Moran, Star Wars Miners, Georgie Porteous, Brian Lynch, Alana Bayer, and Dynasty Typewriter, everyone here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, everybody.
Another hand for them. Give it up for them, guys.
Give it up, everybody.
As you know, at the end of these shows, we always announce the next show.
What? What's the next one? Let's
the
see,
next
wait.
one is, of course, Empire Strikes Back.
Oh.
May 31st. It's called Minox from Space. And the tickets are up now. I believe they're going to put the graphic down before you leave.
Right here, a
I
typewriter.
would buy them soon because this sold out over a month ago and the cast wasn't even announced yet. So it would be rad if we could sell it out very soon again. It's a cool thing to brag about. Thank you so much for coming. Check it out. There's posters out in the hallway. Go see Kristen out there and grab some posters. We love you. Thank you again for coming. May the Force be with you. Typewriter. I'm Patrick Cotner. We're here tonight for McClunky Treasure Island, which is, of course, obviously, a live reading of the original Star Wars movie from 1977. We've got an insane cast. We've got such a... Oh my gosh, look at this. He's so stressed out. No, come here. We're going to talk now. I'm sorry. What are your names?
My name is Zach. I'm Colin. Hi.
Have you guys been to one of these before?
Yeah. We went to 3.
3. Okay, episode 3. Amazing. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Empire. Yes, also Empire.
Okay.
Too basic of an answer.
I think it's a little basic.
I know you want an interesting answer.
It's a basic one, but
No.
objectively, it's personal.
I understand. I get it. Yeah. This is my favorite, in case anyone's wondering. New Hope's my favorite. Really? Yeah. Yes. So I'm very excited. Great cast. What are you guys looking forward to tonight? Do you have a favorite part of this movie?
Yes, I'm looking forward to the interpretation of the moment in which Han Solo steps on Jabba's tail. And I'm excited to see how that translates into a theatrical setting.
Great.
I'm excited for whoever's Han to do a silly little voice when he's talking into the mic.
Oh, okay. Silly little voices. Maybe we'll get some silly little voices tonight. We'll find out. All right. Well, you should go grab seats because they're almost gone.
Yes, we will.
It was very nice meeting you. Thank you so much for coming to this. Have fun. Thank you, sir. Of course. Feels like stolen valor a little bit, you know? Who else is excited? Who wants to talk? Come here, Blast Points, come here. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Now, how many of these have you been to?
1.
Really? Wow, it feels like you've been to more of them.
In spirit.
I understand. What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
It's A New Hope.
Great. Is there anything that you're looking forward to tonight?
Trench Run.
Okay.
Absolutely. Friggin' love it. Gets exciting every time. Miss it in Star Tours.
Great. The nice thing about this movie is there's like 9 different things that you could say is something you're looking forward to in this movie, you know? Is there an actor that you're looking forward to seeing?
Non-particular. I'm just excited to see who's here and for the show. The first one was amazing. Didn't know what to expect. Been trying to get back ever since.
Here's what I'll say. They sell out fast. And I'll say this. If you're watching the live stream and you're like, maybe I'll come to the live show next time, I would say go look at Dynasty's calendar right now because I think tickets for the next one may already be up. So go take a look at that. Thank you so much for talking. We're going to go into the theater right now. Thank you, everyone. Wait, really quick. Let's all shout the part of tonight that we're excited for the most. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Thank you. All right, we're going in. Here we go. Thank you so much. Walking into the theater. If you guys have not been to Dynasty Typewriter, you're in for a treat. This is a very fun experience. And if you're watching this at home, check out the last 3 that we did and the holiday special just on YouTube. Hi, everyone. We're here. We're doing a live stream before the show. Let's show everyone on the camera. Everyone wave to the camera. Okay, look at this. There's Tatiana last time she was here when she was on my other show. Who's excited for tonight? Cool. This is going to be very fun. Is there anything that people are looking forward to in particular, whether that's actors or whether that's, I know they're here. Have they not untaped their seats? Actors or parts of the movie, like what? Just shout it out and I'll pick. Oh, okay, great. Would you say Tarkin? Great, okay. Trash compactor, yeah. Power converters, of course. Andy Daly, great. Chewbacca, great. Chewbacca dialogue, sure. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff where even though we've been working on this for months, it's still like, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll figure it out, which is exciting. Thank you all. Who's been here more than once for one of these? Cool. I don't want to know who. We'll save this for the show. We'll save it for the show. We're going to get started soon. We're just getting ready backstage, and we should be out in a few minutes. So don't leave, you know? Just hang out and stay. All right, we're going to go backstage. We're still going. Oh, there's no one on stage. Here we go. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this and for watching the rest of this. What I was saying was, go to the George Lucas Talk Show's YouTube because we have the last 3 on there if you haven't seen them, and we also have the holiday special live reading from Sketchfest, which I don't think got as much fanfare as the last 3. So I want people to go check those out because it's got Paul Scheer and Rob Hewell and Nina West and Adam Pally and Don Bees, who played Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi Special Edition, played Boba Fett in the holiday special. It's crazy. It's really fun, and it's got like a VHS filter on it, so it looks bootleggy. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you in a few minutes when this gets started. Bye-bye.